What if I told you that I could create 10 professional YouTube videos every single day, including thumbnails, including voiceovers, graphics, scripting, research, everything. And all you need to do is push one button. Well, that's what we're gonna cover in this video. This is an absolutely phenomenal service to sell to clients, to use yourself, and to make a lot of money with. So, before we get into that, if you're new to the channel, my name is Joel House. I've grown my agency to $146,000 a month, and I'm here to help you succeed in the business model that has been so good to me. Now, if you've been around for a while, you know this is not my usual studio. Trying something new while I'm traveling. So we're gonna jump in today. I wanna make sure I keep delivering some awesome value to you guys. So today we are gonna be jumping into the computer and we are gonna be walking through a full n8n build. This is one of the builds that I use for my clients. It's something I haven't released. I was a little hesitant to put it on YouTube for free, but figured why not? Let's give some value to you guys. So let's jump into the computer. So today we'll be running through my YouTube AI automation system. This is something that I use for clients who want unlimited content, and I'm going to break down how to sell it, what to sell, what price points, as well as the build itself. So stick with me, there's a lot of value here. So this is fully automated, runs a 99% profit margin if you were to sell videos, let's say for $100 each, and there's unlimited scale. Like you can really just keep pushing the button as many times as you want. You can adjust the settings just to auto generate as many times as you want. Heck, you can hook it up to post directly to YouTube. So huge opportunity. Traditional video editing is between $500 and $2,000 per video. I know people that have used these sorts of videos and they pay between $500 and $1,000 with full-time editors to get them produced. So we're gonna dig into that one. So what does this system do? Well, the first step is it generates video ideas. Secondly, it writes complete scripts. It then creates custom visuals. It then adds pro voiceovers from ElevenLabs, does HD renders, and then uploads to YouTube, complete with SEO optimization if you want to add that module in. So who will pay for this? Well, actually, before we get into who will pay for this, I say we get into the build and we come back to the business side of things. So anyone who's curious about the business side of things, wait till the end, huge value. So let's jump in. So this here is, I'm going to deactivate this. You can see it's actually active. This is our build. So the first thing we run is we run an idea finder. So let's walk through this section of the build. So the first thing is a trigger. So this trigger is set to run basically every day. So if you comment below, by the way, if you want the snapshot, I'll send you the full n8n snapshot. Happy to help. So trigger, that's the first step. That will just run every day. Next is the AI agent. Now, a couple of things here. Firstly, I run Opus for this. Opus is more expensive. However, it's better. And when you're doing video, you will go from, rather than spending 40 cents to make a video, you spend maybe $1 to make a video if you run Opus. Well and truly worth it, trust me. So in the AI agent, you want to connect your model of choice, Opus, whether it's ChatGPT, whatever it is. You also have a structured data phaser. So this is going to actually generate JSON. So this is just an example of how you want it outputted. And then you've got your overview. So let's pull the script up. So overview. And this one I've customized for plant-based health. It's one of my passions. It's one of my wife's passions. Something that I thought I'd use for this video. So overview. You're an AI that generates creative, engaging subject ideas for top 10 rankings videos focused exclusively on whole food plant-based health. Return an array of 10 distinct subject ideas where each idea is no more than 4 words long. Subjects must be timeless and should not require real-world or current events knowledge. Focus should be on evergreen, whole food plant-based, blah, blah, blah. Now, to customize this, if you want to customize this for any other niche, drop it into Claude, drop it into Opus and say, hey, adjust this prompt for this topic. Way better than just letting it run manually. So let's just, while we're here, let's just run this so you can see the output. Workflow is already running, waiting for it to execute. Well, it's taking so long to execute. That's why. Stop everything. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we can run this model. So This is the time that it's generating it. This is the idea. So calcium-rich plant foods, anti-inflammatory plant foods, etc. So great. Now that's basically going to be split out. The JSON's going to split it out so we can test this step and just split out one at a time. Now that will basically loop and add it to the Google Sheet. So if we test the step, and I'll just keep looping, you don't need to test a loop. You can come over to the Google Sheet here and you can see calcium-rich foods just popped up in the bottom there. Really cool. Just ran itself. So when you're running the full workflow, what will happen is this will loop 10 times to generate 10 video ideas, and it'll pre-populate this. So you can see here, it pre-populated video ideas. Fantastic. A really, really simple idea, saves a lot of time with research. Well, I mean, these days you use AI for it, but either way. Next, we're going to create the elements. So you can either run it on a schedule or when you click test workflow. Test workflow obviously is going to manually force it through. The schedule is if you wanted to connect a YouTube module in here, you can connect a YouTube module at the end there and automatically generate it and upload it. For me personally, I like to manually review videos before they get uploaded. So, you know, that extra last little step, well worth it. Now, Google Sheets module. So basically you're going to pull up a sheet. So you want to create your sheet. This is the way you want your sheet to be set up. Subject, creation status, posting status, URL. And you basically want to have to do and created and to do and created, or to do and unlisted, sorry. And very important to have them written the same way because it's going to trigger things later on. So again, pull things up, status, to do. So basically what this is saying is pull the first row that is to do. Okay, so the first row that is in to do, which for this one would be antioxidant rich berries. So let's press play. Let's have that thing run through. Antioxidant rich berries, fantastic. Now we can come into the intro and outro. So I've got OpenRouter for this. You can connect directly to any model you want. OpenRouter is it's a really easy way to test different models. So with this, you can test DeepSeek, you can test Opus 3, Opus 4, you can test Grok, you can test whatever you want. Gemini, honestly, is getting a lot better very quickly. That's why I'm starting to connect OpenRouter to a lot of modules here. And you'll see that come in more and more through my builds. Now, intro, outro. Basically, you are going to pull the subject, which is this line here. Okay, so it's going to pull the subject in, and then it's going to create the intro and the outro. Now, the reason this is split out of the top 10 items is because we want it to be more specific. The intro is where the biggest hook is, so we want to be running that as tight as possible. So we've got that one there. We're going to test the step to show you that it all works. And again, this is a really cool thing. You can run faceless YouTube channels with it if you want to just set up and run it, and especially if you want to upload it automatically. I've been doing that for a little while, got some good traction with it. So intro voiceover. So this is, hey, this is the voiceover. Welcome to our top 10 countdown for the most antioxidant rich berries. Great. Then you've got the intro image prompt. Then you've got the outro voiceover, and you've got the outro image prompt. So, you know, that's the in and out. Next, we're going to run the ranker. So again, we want a phaser there. The phaser, just while the other one runs, basically just creates into JSON. This is all designed to run into a model that we'll cover in a sec, which is where we're actually going to generate the video from, which will handle everything. Really, really cool stuff. And again, rankings, you want to be running a JSON example in there as well. Now, the way this is broken down is basically each, so starting from the list, it's, you know, whatever the first item is, and then run through it. And then a detailed image of this. So over here, now it's tested, you can say starting with our list number 10 is vibrant red raspberries, these delicate rich berries, blah, 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 etc., etc. And then an image of what it looks like. So that's basically all the elements created. We've now created the prompts for each image. We've created the voiceover script for each image. Now this is I'm going to call it mid-range video automation rundown. I have a hyper advanced one that also uses, I'm going to call it moving video generation. So it's tapping into VO3, it's tapping into, having a mental blank, Kling is what I'm using there, all via FAL. For this one, we're not going to use that. This is a very affordable one. So we're going to be using a tool called JSON to video to run this, okay? So you're going to need to set up your authorization here, and you're going to want to pull the script here. So again, comment below and I'll drop you the build. But overall, you can see it's pulling the title out of here to title the video. It's connecting to ElevenLabs for the voiceover, and then it's pulling in all the prompts. It's pulling everything in via JSON. And the cool thing about top 10 is it's the same format every time. Over here, you can see what that looks like. You know, image prompt, image voiceover, image prompt, image voiceover, etc. Now, this is a generate video module, so it's a post, HTTP post. We're posting to the JSON to video dashboard. So this is JSON2video.com. I think it's like $50. I think it's like $50 for a paid account. It's not very much. And you want to be doing header authorization. You want to set up a new header authorization, and basically, I'm just going to set up a new one here. You drop in your details via JSON to video. These guys will walk you through exactly how to set it up. On the dashboard, there's a nice little chatbot that will walk you through how to connect it to n8n if you need help with that. And I'm not going to show you my API keys on here for obvious reasons. And then we're going to hit test a step. Now, what will happen is this will now fire it away to JSON to video. So we can come into render logs here. You can see it's running. So it's now running the video. And it's going to run for a while. It's going to run, this is now going to run for 150 seconds, so 2.5 minutes. And then it'll go, hey, let's get the video. Now, if it goes to pull the video URL that is, and that video URL is not finished rendering, what will happen is it will then wait 10 seconds, run again, wait 10 seconds, run again. Okay, then it'll update it in the video spreadsheet, and you can either download the video into n8n ready to post to whatever you want, or you can just leave it at that point, your call. So I'm going to let this run now while we get ready to actually walk through the rest of why you want to be doing this build. Okay, so let's look back. Let's talk about who is going to buy this from you. So there's really two types of business. Well, yeah, really two types of businesses that will do this. The first is going to be local businesses who want a YouTube presence. Now, this is great if you're talking businesses who want to generate a YouTube presence, anything information driven. So recruiters, accountants, like you can think of like top 10 video styles, top 10 ways to get a job in 2025 as an example for recruiters. Fantastic, video style. Obviously, you've also got e-commerce brands who want to produce product videos, and you can actually hard code it to run its own set of products as the best products. Or another alternative you can run is actually having their product as number one, and then the rest of the products are competitors' products. So there's lots of ideas you can run through this. Real estate, fitness is great. Fitness is actually an awesome one for this style of video because it can be, top 10 bicep exercises, top 10 tricep exercises, top 10 ways to get a flat stomach, top 10 foods for weight loss. Like you can go to town on anything fitness and nutrition. Now, pain point for these guys is they really just can't afford traditional video production. Like if you've got a fitness influencer, most of those guys don't have any budget until they get huge, and then they have their own full team. Now, secondary to market is going to be content creators. So this could be course creators who need educational videos, affiliate marketers. Affiliate marketing is a big one here, especially if you want to keep your price point on the low end. Affiliate marketing can become a great thing. And of course, run it for yourself. You'll realize it's very affordable to run. And if you run it yourself, you can actually generate faceless channels pretty quick. Now, way that I package this and way that you can package this. And of course, this is if you're doing flat packages. If you've got a client who's higher end, you can take it and you can actually scale it custom quotes. So starter, let's say 10 videos per month, $4.97. Very affordable here. It's going to cost you, give or take $5 a month. Of course, it depends whether you're using Opus or you're using Sonnet 4, whatever models you're using on the back end. It's not going to cost you very much to run this thing. Now, of course, that's a broken down cost. So if you don't have all the subscriptions already, if you don't have n8n already, if you don't have APIs via OpenRouter or Claude, if you don't already have a JSON to video, you're going to need to have some initial startup capital, and then it becomes cheaper. 20 videos a month, for example, you could go up to 1,000, and you can just adjust it by quality. And then, of course, you can go up to 4K quality. Now, for thumbnails, a couple of things. If you're going to be running this as a YouTube-driven service, sign up to vidIQ. They've got a great thumbnail creator, and it'll just help you to pump those thumbnails out very quickly. And of course, you can, when you go to these higher levels, you can run different things like A/B testing of thumbnails. You can run SEO optimization versus just sending them the videos. Everyone ultimately wants these videos to get traffic. That's why they're buying these videos. So that's what I'd recommend doing with that. Now, setup requirements. So this is going to give you a list of what we need now. So you want to be using n8n or Claude. That's going to run you $20 to $50 a month. Personally, everyone's going to hate me for this. I run n8n Claude. I don't have time to screw around with updating n8n instances and dealing with custom servers. It's not worth saving $50 to $100 a month. It just isn't worth it once you get a couple of clients under your belt. Next, you're going to want a Google account. This is for Sheets, and of course, if you're going to post your own YouTube channel, you're going to need AI model access. So OpenRouter or Anthropic, you need your API access there. And then you want JSON to video. It starts at $29 a month. And then you want ElevenLabs. Now, one thing I will actually walk you through here is in connections. So in connections, you do need to connect ElevenLabs to your JSON to video to run your voice message, your voiceovers. And that's because, get video. It's over here in intro, outro, I think. Where was it? Maybe it's such a mental blank. It must be in here. It must be in the output here. Yeah, it is. Sorry, mental blank. Yep. So ElevenLabs, and then my ElevenLabs connection is the voice connection ID. So with that, and then you've got the voice ID that you're using. So you're going to see in a minute the default video voice ID we use. You can run any voice ID from ElevenLabs you want. Or you can even do a clone of your client's voice, which is what I honestly do if I'm selling this to a client. So that's the only thing you really need to do here. Render logs, you can see that is now done. So we're going to loop back in here a sec. We're now going to run get video. We're now going to run the switch. We're now going to run update spreadsheet. And then you can see antioxidant rich berries has a video in here, which we'll watch in a minute. I just want to quickly walk you through the rest of this. So setup. So if you want this set of step-by-step setup instructions, drop a comment below. I'll send it to you. This will basically run you through it. Very, very simple. Set up Google Sheets. You want to set it up with the headers here, as we mentioned before. Configuration, OpenRouter or Claude, depending on which way you want to do it. JSON to video, again, it's not going to cost much. You can adjust this. So I've been using Flux Schnell for this, okay? You can update to Flux Pro. This tutorial is on a Flux Schnell. If you want to update that, you can just come to your movie templates and you can create a new template, and then you can actually edit it. This is not my primary account. And then here you can actually adjust different elements. You can adjust the resolution you're going to run. You're going to adjust the render status. You can see I think I paid $29 and I've got 71 minutes of render left. So you can actually build out templates. For the purpose of this video, you don't need to. You can just run it by default. And then, what have we got? Get YouTube upload configuration. Basically, run that through. And then basically how you want to run it. So scaling this as an agency. I would honestly launch, if I was selling this from scratch, I did it differently. I had clients that already wanted this service. But if I was launching from scratch, I would set up your own top 10 channel, set up as a faceless YouTube channel, and pick an industry that you actually want to target. And then what you do is you will run, let's say 5 or 10 videos yourself onto your channel. Then you will reach out and hit with cold email or with LinkedIn or with the referral method, stacks of check my channels, endless client generating opportunities here. Then you'll literally just run an email campaign saying like, hey, I've generated these videos. This is the price. It's way cheaper than traditional video. You know, you can see the value I'm providing. Let me know if you want me to send you an example. And heck, even sending me an example. And then essentially scale. By month 3, if you're doing this, you want to be doing at least 5 clients with this service. And this is where becoming very good at productizing your services comes in, because you want to be selling this as a service. You want to be selling database reactivation as a service. You want to be selling speed to lead Androids as a service. You want to be selling AI-driven social media content management. Like, this is YouTube long form. This is 3 to 5 minute videos. It can be as long as you want, but 3 to 5 minutes is a sweet spot for this sort of video. We've also done the same thing, but on Instagram, and we've been using Fal AI to generate some really epic content, and then a similar workflow that runs that automatically. And again, drop a comment if you want that workflow video released. So, troubleshooting guide, again, really powerful. If you get stuck with video stuck in preparing, check if you've got some credits in JSON to video. I learned that one the hard way. And then verify your API key is correct. Google Sheets is not updating. Re-authenticate your OAuth. Happens more often than you think with n8n. Just re-authenticate it. Poor image quality, upgrade to Flux Pro instead of Flux Schnell. That will definitely improve the overall image quality. The other thing is run Opus to write your prompts. Like that's my first troubleshooting by default is, if I'm not getting the results I want with like GPT-4o or with Sonnet 4, I just swap to Opus 4. And 95% of the time it resolves it, because most of the errors through n8n is the AI model you're using is not intelligent enough to generate the outcome you want. So just pay some extra, get it done properly, quickly. And YouTube upload, of course, that becomes an OAuth scope. OAuth through YouTube upload, I'll probably do another entire video to walk you through how to set that up through Google Cloud, and then get in. So basically, this is how easy it is to make some money with this business model. This is why I love it. This is why I'm doing this video for you. With just 10 channels on your professional plan, that was a $9.97 a month plan. You're at $10K a month. Do you know how hard it is to generate 20 videos a month for this, especially if you link it straight to their YouTube channel? It is instant, and it is quick, and it is easy. It's set up and go. It takes you an hour and a half to set it up, tops. So that is it. Now, the thing you've all been waiting for. Let's watch this video. Let's watch this new one. Again, I haven't seen this new one.
Vibrant, whole food powerhouses are nature's defense against free radicals, packed with compounds that protect your cells and boost your overall health. Get ready to discover which berries reign supreme in the antioxidant kingdom. Starting off our list at number 10 is the vibrant red raspberry.
So you can see it will go through each list and will run through that with voiceover. So super simple, super easy video to produce. And then of course it's got the outro.
Supercharge your whole food plant-based diet.
Now, elements that I recommend that you optimize. 1, check the voices in ElevenLabs that you want to do. So ElevenLabs has got endless voices. Why is that? Yes, this is a new account for this video. So you can really just come in and say what you want to do. Enthusi, authentic, and
hey, Adam here. Let's create something that feels real.
Yeah, what's this?
Later that same evening, Detective Carl.
Failure doesn't mean you are a failure, it just means...
So any of these voices, you can come in and you can click copy voice ID. So let's say we want to do a new one then. We'd come in, we'll go generate video, we'd come down to the prompt. We would replace the voice ID. And that's it. It's that easy. That's how you replace your voices. So that'd be the first thing I'll do. Second thing would be looking at your video generation, so your image generation elements. And then the third thing that you can do is you can actually adjust this. Now, if you want to take this to the next level, this is something I do for some of my clients, is I will actually take this prompt and I will break it down so that each of the top 10, because that's, breaking down, always count 10 backwards. That's the ranker. That's the outro. That's the rankings. I have adjusted this in the past to say for each item, generate the voiceover and then generate 3 image prompts. So that it'll actually run 3 images while it's talking. And that way you're creating more engagement with it. So that's the other way. If you do that, you do need to update your JSON. You do need to update your rankings JSON, sorry. And your video over here will need to be updated. So you'll need to, as you're pulling in the voiceover, you'll essentially be splitting this into 3 different elements. Now for JSON, this is a straight JSON. You can usually get Gemini to help you actually just to make those adjustments. So guys, that is it. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Really powerful element. This is something that faceless YouTube channels used to spend a lot of money to generate these sorts of videos, and it's also something really easy to sell. And a lot of businesses, especially if you look at that $497 plan, will buy it as a tick box social media item. That is, have YouTube channel. So with that said, guys, any questions, let me know. And I'll subscribe